So, Prose and I have been dating for about a month now, and it isn't going well. For starters, I can never find her when I need her. The first time we met, she was just there. I was slouching at my desk, staring off into the middle distance through my bedroom window, and there she was, leaning lightly against a tree in the park. Even from across the road, I could see her fingertips lifting bark from the trunk and the daylight playing on the curve of her neck. Her eyes met mine, and though it was clear I'd been staring, there was no surprise or accusation there, just a kind of sensual languor beneath those half-open lids. Without raising a hand or speaking a word, she beckoned me to come and lie on the grass with her. Of course, that grass had been dry roasted for 3 months in the glare of the summer sun, and I had to concentrate a bit to ignore the crunch and prickle against my back, to focus on her. We got talking. It seemed so easy, the kind of ease you look back on a week later and think, wow, how did I do that? And then, God, what if I can't do it again? She gave me a mobile number, but told me straight up that she was always running out of credit. I said that was fine, I was more than happy to call her. I should have guessed then that she'd be one of those elusive girls who actually never turns her phone on in the first place. The first couple of weeks were the worst. The sun would come through the window just right, or the world around me would hold its breath like it was trying to express something, and I'd be sitting in some class for half an hour with thoughts of her exploding through my head, my heel drumming the carpet like it was going to speed up the time until I could tear out of the room and phone her and hear her voice. Except that all I'd actually hear was empty ringing. And now, when I try and meet her somewhere, say like my house after school, when our parents are out and we have time to be alone with each other, she doesn't show up. Well, sometimes she does, but she bails just enough to keep me on the edge of frustration until I'm almost ready to give up on her. If I try to talk to her about it, she tells me off. Your complaints are those of a restless child. I feel my eyes rolling before I even realise I am annoyed, she says. Or something else like that. When we're together, it's fantastic. Like lightning, you can hold and stretch and slow right down. Most of the time. I really should get used to the idea I can't be the dominant character in our relationship, gender equality and everything. But somehow it always gets to me when she rolls us over and takes us in the opposite direction. She makes me feel like I'm the one being used to create something I can never predict or envisage. I've tried to bring this up with her. Why don't you just trust me and let me lead for a change? I suggested one afternoon, stretched out over her as we shared the length of the couch. Your need to control the situation seems to be fastened into you like a tightly wound screw, she countered. If you would only allow yourself to relax into the moment, you might find that you like where it takes you. I hate it when she's like that. I've even tried to follow her advice, but that brings a whole other set of problems. Sometimes when I let go, let the intensity of the moment overtake me, I get this urge to draw the horizons of my world a different way. That's how I first met poetry. Things started to get serious between us pretty fast, but we were only really in a relationship for a couple of days before I talked to Prose about it. Alright, maybe it was a bit longer than that, and maybe she found out about it before I had a chance to come clean. She went through my iPhone while I was in the bathroom. The text messages made it kind of obvious what was going on. Me to her. Can you be in the park at 8 tonight? My eyes will stare a blank into the grass until your beauty springs forth to ignite that blaze which nature never will surpass. Her to me. My consciousness needs nothing but your kiss, for strength to shrug your other girl away from thought, and yet in life she doth persist, with jealous eyes. Be careful what you say. Me to her. I'm still recovering, lying on the sheets, with dreams of you and words that dried upon my lips, beneath that power which defeats my efforts to describe your touch. Hang on. She's sitting in our tree. She saw you quit my house and now she's walking over. Shit. I won't go into details. Let's just say Prose dumped me and said a lot of things. There was something about me betraying her as though she were little more than a light globe to be replaced whenever her glow dims. Whoever said words can't hurt you was lying. I've still got the scratches. Luckily my mate Steve is good with stuff like that. He has a senior's first aid certificate. It was probably all for the best anyway, I told him while he was swabbing my cheek with antiseptic. Having a girlfriend takes up so much time. They're not all like that, he replied. My girlfriend's pretty easygoing. He and direct speech have been going out for 2 months. From what I understand, their typical conversation goes something like this. Do you want to have sex? What, now? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Samuel Williams. Don't know if I can wait until second year and third year come, you know, it only gets better. In the absence of pizza, we'll keep on going. Hang on. We have pizza, so we'll just take a few minutes, folks, while those that have ordered pizza